All right, fine. I'll be a gracious host. How you doing?
Little Mermaid is the scariest Disney movie by far, though.
Why the hell is Ace Blade in your Kickstarter?
Controversial today. We're gonna get controversial today with our special guest.
My proudest moment is this interview, being able to talk to you two guys.
All right, let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, Taurus Comics, in collaboration with Fourth Wall Productions, proudly brings to you the Four Tales podcast. I am your host, Kyron Silva from Taurus Comics. Across the way is a royal biographer of Ace Blade, Danny J. Quick, and together we are here to help you find your next comic. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and a host of other programs, so if you're listening or watching us live, thank you for your support. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, or on whatever platform you are using. Also, keep sending in those reviews, especially on Apple iTunes, because those reviews and interactions help us reach a bigger audience. And I don't know what we're going to talk about today. We were supposed to have Travis Gibb, writer, creator from Orange Cone Productions, and he is nowhere to be found. So hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right. He might be asleep somewhere, but hopefully he's all right.
He can't be asleep because he just posted on Facebook like an hour ago.
Oh well, I tried. We tried
not to throw his business out like that, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk for a little bit. If Travis happens to see any of our numerous messages and joins the chat, we'll have our full show. If not, Danny and I are just gonna talk.
We'll just hang out.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
All right, what?
Have you been watching Peacemaker?
Yes.
Bruh.
Not a friend of the family, but yes.
Yeah. I literally have to watch it when nobody else is home. Like it's crazy.
Oh yeah, I've seen every episode.
I just happened to run into this book, this trade.
Okay. For anybody that's on our podcast, Danny is holding up the trade of Vigilante by Marv Wolfman. And that Vigilante is nothing like the Peacemaker.
Yeah, that's it's a lot different. But the dude on the show is quite crazy.
Oh yeah, God, yeah.
He's quite crazy. I like it though. Like I'm liking it. I'm liking the show, and it's it's different, but it's definitely got James Gunn's fingerprints all over it.
Yes. Speaking of James Gunn, that scene. Well, spoilers, I guess, for anybody, but it was on not this week's, but last week's episode where the group were discussing the meeting or they were at a meeting, and Peacemaker was mad because they framed his dad.
Oh yeah.
So James Gunn said online that this was like one of his proudest moments, and I was like, well, I tweeted him. James, is this something that John Cena? John Cena was a professional wrestler. They're known for their mic skills.
Yeah.
And he's also a rapper, apparently. But I was like, James Gunn, was this something that John Cena just did off the top of his head? And James Gunn replied, and he said, part of it was written, pre-scripted. Part of it John Cena did off the top of his head. Part of it was James Gunn just randomly throwing out names while they're filming and John Cena just repeating it. So that's what I like about Peacemaker, that it's craziness, but it does have a little bit of validity where you could think that this could possibly happen. Yeah. I mean, is it over the top? Hell yeah, but it's such a great show.
I like it because of it's not your typical superhero, story, and a lot of the characters are more grounded. Like the I forget her name, but the Amanda Waller's daughter.
Okay, yeah.
I really like her character. Like she is emotionally, conflicted about what she has to do, but she's giving it her all. Like she took I don't know. So all right, spoilers for anybody who haven't seen it, but the diary. So did she make that diary, or was that like something that she stole from him to read to get more information, and then she put it back? I can't hear you.
Yeah. So Amanda Waller made the diary and they gave it to Adebayo to plant in Peacemakers.
I got it. I got
And
it.
she was and you're right, she was conflicted on doing it because she's now seeing Peacemaker as the person that he is instead of all the new stuff that's been out about him. So, uh,
Yeah,
is this a ongoing series? Do you know?
I don't know. I'm thinking it's just gonna be one season, but um,
Oh, it can't be just one season. I need more.
I think I like the butterflies, and I like the the conversation that she had about with her and Peacemaker about his dad, and
Hmm.
then seeing her craftiness of implanting the idea of to vigilante to go kill him. Like I was like, okay, I kind of like this. I kind of like this chick. She's doing her thing. Um,
Okay, there might be a second season of Peacemaker. I just
okay.
googled it. James Gunn said last month that there's a very good chance that there's going to be a season two.
I mean, it's popular enough, so
Yeah,
you know,
you know.
if people are paying to watch it, HBO Max is one of the like I literally I was actually using Morgan's HBO Max subscription for a while,
Friend of the show,
but
Morgan Iverson.
but I actually paid for it myself, so I could, just make sure I had it. Like I was like, yo, this is worth it because they got all the their movies that come
Yeah.
on there, same day as they release in theaters. And with Disney Plus, you gotta wait now. Like you can pay extra $30 to get your Marvel movie, but you gotta wait.
Wait, is it
Um,
the same day? I
yeah,
thought it was still delayed. Oh
no,
man.
HBO Max is the same day.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
When they did the Justice League, you remember when they did Zack Snyder's Justice League?
Yeah, yeah.
It was that thing was
Same day. But that was different though because they had already made money off of that.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so are all their movies same day or was it just
But
that
I
one or
think,
is it going to be
but I think,
selective?
Wonder Woman 1984 did the same, and that was during the. I mean, it was real
That
right
was
in the
during the
middle of
pandemic.
the pandemic, so it's they might have changed the rules, but I
Yeah.
believe everything that I've seen, drop on there was the same day as theaters.
2020 part 3. That's where we're at. We're on part 3, right?
You're right.
All right. Well, I guess you know what. Since you brought up Morgan Iverson, do you want to talk about what you and Morgan are doing with Lumberjacks in the Kickstarter that's coming out for that soon?
Yeah, we do have a Kickstarter going for Lumberjacks right now, don't we?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
You do. You've not promoted it anywhere. I haven't seen any
I have,
promotion anywhere
I
about it.
have though. That's the thing, man. I've been promoting it everywhere. I've been on TikTok talking about it. I've been done my email blast. We're doing everything we can. We even did ads for it this time, and algorithm is not being nice, but we do have a Kickstarter going for Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks number 3, Destiny by Any Means. The first one was Justice by Any Means. The second one was Power by Any Means, and this one is Destiny by Any Means. Um, and it gets a little spooky in this one. He runs into these 3 teenage sisters who are witches.
Hmm.
And so we bring back the preacher in this issue, Demorier, Animus, all of the threads that were running from the first two, and then we're introducing the Dark Bloods as they call them, which is the 3 sisters, and also a very very big threat that is introduced, but I can't. I've been sworn to secrecy. He wants to keep it for the reveal in the comics,
Okay.
but it's a big villain that's being revealed in this one, who will cross over to all of our comics. So um yeah, man, it's going right now, and we're going along. It's about 4 days in. We're like 80% funded right now,
Yeah, I was
and
just noticing you guys have really $500 to reach goal,
right,
and
yeah.
you got 25 days. So you're in a. So let's talk about stretch goals. Are you guys going to do that?
Yeah, so what Morgan wants to do is if we get to 10,000, he wants to go ahead and make offer up Lumberjacks number 4, which would complete the arc, and then we would put out a trade for it also. So if we get to the stretch goals, then he will be able to offer those also. Would and me and Morgan have different approaches to comics, or to making comics. I like to have my books done before before I even go to Kickstarter. But
Sure.
the Kickstarter platform is for the creation of projects. So,
Yeah.
and I think people on Kickstarter know that if you're pledging to a project, then you're gonna wait a little while to get it because you just got to go through the process of it actually being created. So, I think our audience is kind of used to that with other books that we've done. So, um, I think it'll be great to go ahead and finish out the whole arc.
And I think most people are okay with the wait as long as it's not an exorbitant amount. Like, I'm
Yeah.
still waiting on 3 years for one Kickstarter. I'm not gonna throw anybody's name out, Liefeld, Liefeld, but I'm waiting on 10 years for another one. 10 years I've been waiting on a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
I mean, if you're like a few months, I don't think most people will complain about that. A couple
yeah.
months, yeah, even up to 6 months, I don't think most people will worry about that. But
as long as you tell people what's up, as long as you
yeah,
communicate with people, you constantly doing your updates. That's one thing we've gotten better about. We always put out information on our email list and updates to Kickstarter if we're behind. Um, but yeah, I got there's books I've been waiting 3 years on. Like there's books there's books that were were funded on Kickstarter that I've actually bought issues of that have been published that I still haven't got my Kickstarter awards for. That's and sometimes it just happens like that, man. But it's all about supporting indie creators and projects and stuff. What you back a lot of stuff on Kickstarter. Can you remember what your first project you backed was?
no, I can't actually.
Yep.
No, God,
Mhm.
actually, I want to say it was Marat Michaels. It was a book by Marat Michaels.
Okay, but you think it was a comic book,
Oh
something
yeah,
comic book related?
yeah, it was definitely a comic book. I mean, I was the only reason I got on to Kickstarter was because of comic books, and I saw that creators that I followed as a kid were doing this. So I was like, well, what the hell is Kickstarter? And I looked and I saw that, and this was what, like 12 years ago when it was still in its infancy,
Yeah,
and I realized that this was something that could be utilized for making books. See, now you got me thinking. What was my first? I was right. I looked it up. It was Marat Michael's Blind Side.
oh nice, yeah.
Yeah. So, and then after that, I did the Cyberforce Kickstarter. Man, this was a long ass time ago. Damn. I'm just thinking.
Jeez,
I'm just realizing how long I've been doing these things, man.
man,
Time is horrible right now.
I wonder, like, I know. So my first Kickstarter was the thing that introduced me to the platform was actually a music video. There was a artist that I was following. I had gotten a mixtape of his or something like that. His name is Dear Silas, and he was
Uh,
trying to shoot a music video for one of his songs, and that was the first thing I ever backed on Kickstarter. And ever since then, I probably backed 500 projects since then. You know,
Jeez.
but that's one of the main places I get comics these days. I mean, one of the main places I buy comics. I ain't gonna say get comics, but it's one of the main places I buy comics is Kickstarter, and it's a great platform.
Yeah, and I think if you utilize it correctly, it can be a very useful tool. But you can't abuse it. I mean,
For sure.
unfortunately, there are people out there that do abuse it and do steal from it and
Yeah.
do who knows what with it. But as long as you're utilizing it and you're actually giving back to what you people are buying, I don't see any reason why it can't keep going. I think, if I'm not mistaken, comic books are the number one funded projects on Kickstarter right now.
I believe it. I believe that. I just got this in the mail.
Ooh, excellence.
The Excellence. I don't know if this is a compendium, but it's the hardcover collection
Okay, okay.
by Brandon Thomas, Kari Randolph, and Emilio Lopez. This thing is
Nice.
this is a very pretty book. You can see I haven't
Yes.
even opened it. Like
Yeah.
this is one of those that I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna put this up on the shelf.
Why
It's
why are you not reading it?
Well, I have the single issue, so
Okay. All right.
And I've only read about half of those, but that was on Kickstarter, and it was something that I wanted to back, and that came relatively quickly. I mean,
Mm.
about 6 months or so, whatever. But it's just
Well, I
good to
mean,
have.
they already had everything done, and they just sent it to the
Yeah,
printer, and
yeah.
from there. And
I
they're
got
working with Image, so that was
yeah,
probably easy for them.
yeah. They got the infrastructure for that. Like I want to learn how to do like this hardcover. It's just so pretty. I want to get to a point where.
Well, if we ever talk to Travis Gibb, he can tell you about how to get hardcovers because
Yeah.
one of the series I've actually you and I actually both worked with Travis Gibb and we did Cthulhu Invades Oz, and there actually was a hardcover version which is beautiful. I have a couple here, and they're beautiful books. Um, so I don't know. Maybe if we ever talk to Travis someday.
Someday, yeah.
All right.
I'll get him in the inbox eventually.
Is he just avoiding mines? Is that what it is?
I mean, we talked to him just last night. I mean, he must have got busy. Like I said, hopefully, or like you said, hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
Gibb is always online, so I'm sure
Yeah.
I'm sure something came up.
Yeah, I'm
But,
sure. Nah, and I say everything in jest. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
Travis is a stand-up guy. He's always there when people need him. So I'm assuming something occurred, and that's why he wasn't able to join us. So. I'm just noticing that there are comments that are not appearing in my chat. So Brandon Jackson said that you are the Andre 3000 cosplay right now.
well, I walk it out like a usher. If
Oh.
you say real talk,
Oh,
I probably won't trust you. I don't see the comments either. I don't know what's up.
I actually had to go onto your Facebook and notice that they were there. So I don't know what's going up with Restream. I guess this is just not a day for us to really be doing anything.
Yeah, that's it. It sounds like that's a sign. It sounds like it's a sign, man.
All right.
But it's always good to talk to you, and it's always good to do the show. How many episodes have we done so far? Do you know?
This season or just total?
Total. I know we got to be close to 50, maybe.
No, God. We've done 23. This is our 24th episode.
Why does it feel like it's been so many?
That's because
it feels like it's been so many.
That's because you've done so many other live streams and podcasts with everybody else in the world.
Yeah, I'm just adding all the numbers together.
Yeah, you're just like everybody's thing. I mean, if you stop for a moment, take a break, you're hustling all the time, man. You got to take a moment and just enjoy what you're doing.
I do enjoy it, man. It's just I gotta stay busy, and during the pandemic, you can't get out and go to shows all the time. So it's like got to do something. Got to do something. I like talking about comics, so it's like, come on, let's do it.
Okay, what the? Now all of a sudden these pop up. What is going on today?
It's
like
weird,
it just both appeared just out of nowhere.
Restream is like that, man. Restream is like that.
I've never had an issue with Restream until today, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
What's his name? Michael Watson. They always you're not running through any other software or anything like that, right? Just straight from the computer. Yeah, I don't know. But
I've tried it. I've wanted to see what it is like using OBS or Streamlabs. I'm assuming that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
See, I don't see what the benefit of it is. So I guess I have to talk to somebody to see why would you do that on top of.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually only three of us, three, four, maybe max of us. So what's going on, Ryan? It's good to hear from you. Good to hear from you.
Ryan, I am not sure I know you, but what's going on?
Ryan Robinson, artist extraordinaire.
Okay.
He did that variant cover for Lumberjacks #2, the one where he was with the biceps and the axe. He's a dope artist.
Okay.
Morgan is messaging me right now, trying to get me to do something. trying to get me to do something for the campaign. So
you want to spill the beans of what that is, or what?
We just got the art for the Kanan White variant cover, colored by Veronica Smith.
Okay.
So You know, I just got to do a mock up for the cover so we can promote it. But yeah, that'll drop later on today.
All right, give me 1 second here. Hold on. Well, you keep talking.
Take your time. I ain't going nowhere. Um, I don't know, man. I'm just about that hustle life, I guess, right now. I told you I'm thinking about opening up a comic book shop, and you know, just got to do some, just got to do some new things to try to generate some community and to spread the news about our projects and everybody else's stuff. Um, I'll tell y'all one thing though. If y'all are watching Naomi, have you been watching Naomi?
Okay, I have not been watching Naomi only because I am still behind on all the CW shows, and I'm a stickler is doing everything as they come out. So, um,
I'm trying my hardest. I'm trying my hardest to like the show.
oh,
And
wait, were you a friend? Were you a fan of the comic book?
yeah, I like the Naomi in the comics is dope. Like she's quirky,
Okay,
she's quirky and confident, and she's got, you know, a dope story. But the show is just so, it's like really CW, if you know what I mean. Like
sure.
it's just everything that you would imagine. Like it's just hard, and I want the show to do well so bad that it's, you know, every time they do a terrible CGI, you know, winged Thanagarian or a green screen. You know how they used to do back when they first discovered green screen, and they have the cars and people are driving in the cars, and you can tell that the background is fake.
Yeah.
Bruh, it's so
It's that
bad.
bad.
It's so bad.
So whenever I watch any of the CW shows, I have to. Oh God, how do you say this without? I have to not believe what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? Like you have to just be like, I understand this is not a high quality show. I'm just going to take it down a notch and enjoy it for what it is.
Bro,
No,
I've seen people do better on TikTok, and
you're not wrong there.
like you literally
You're not
have the
wrong.
technology on your phone to do a better green screen than that.
Okay.
So I'm not like it's terrible. It's terrible, but I want the show to be good. There are good things about it, like the mystery around, you know, her home world and Zimbardo and stuff like that. There are some good spots to it, but
Wait, don't put too much out there.
I'm
I
sorry.
haven't seen anything yet, so
Yeah.
don't say too
But
much about it.
the mystery in it is intriguing, and the main character, the young lady who plays Naomi, is really good. So you know, I'm gonna watch the whole season at least. But Superman and Lois, have you
Oh
been
God,
watching?
yes.
Oh man, Superman and Lois is really good.
Yes, that's probably my best, or that's probably my favorite CW show right now.
Yeah,
And it's not because it deals with the superhero stuff. It's because it deals with their family life more than anything, and that's the part I love. And I was not a big fan of the actor who plays Superman originally, Tyler Hoechlin, I think is how you say his name.
yeah.
But
When
he
they
does such
introduced
a good
him in
job of just
yeah,
being
he does.
Clark.
Yeah, he's a father. He's trying to balance being Superman, and he's, you know, the last season what they did with the, you know, the half brother, that was
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah.
Like, and the CGI, like they actually put money into the CGI, like John Henry Irons, like him showing up with
Oh, that was dope.
him showing up at first you thinking he was
Yeah,
Lex Luthor, like his whole thing is dope, like.
yeah.
But you know, it's Superman, so of course they're gonna put money into Superman.
All right. We got a message from Eric Cockrell saying he got Ace Blade on top of his read pile now.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Let me
Now
know
that
what
doesn't mean he's actually read it though. He just said it's on the top.
you know. Well, when you actually, you know, read it, just let me know. I appreciate it. I'd love to hear what you think, Eric. I'd love to hear what you think.
See, he's already read Saw the Lightning Wielder, so it's no longer on his read pile, is what he's
Well,
saying.
because, you know, Saw it's classic, you know, 100% top tier indie comic. So
Facts.
I would imagine that, you know, once you get it, you got to read it.
All right. So the reason why I had you talk for a little bit is I just got a phone call from Travis. He said he is going to join us.
Okay.
He's putting on clothes, so I don't know what the hell he was doing before at, was it 10 o'clock without any clothes on, but he said he's going to put some clothes on and he's going to join us. So we'll do speak of the man,
It's Saturday,
and he's here.
Hey, I apologize. I translated for you guys thinking that you guys were in California time. So I'm like, all right, I got till noon. I'm good.
I'm the only one on California time. Danny's actually on the East Coast also.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
See, I'm the only idiot here waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning trying to get stuff ready for this. So,
Well, you know.
Can I throw some praise out? I got to tell you, Danny, I've never told you this, but when I first thought about getting into comics, like Ace Blades was the thing. Like that was the most one that I knew the most about. That it was on all my feeds, finding everything. Ace Blade was the dude.
Hey,
and then I found Saw, and I was like, why pay attention to Ace Blade anymore? Because Saw is a way better character.
There we go.
Like I almost quit comics altogether when I found Saw. So
yeah, no, I get it.
I love it. Well, welcome to the show, Travis.
Thanks.
Glad you can join us. We got some time here, so we got some good questions for you. We got some we got some good commentary here. So won't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Travis Gibb. I'm a comic writer. I've done a whole bunch of stuff from Broke Down in 4 Dead Bodies to Cthulhu Invades Oz to Cthulhu Invades Wonderland coming up, from Expired to Voodoo Nations, all sorts of stuff in the indie market. I've been doing it for a real long time. It's Florida. He could have done anything without it. Oh, you told people I needed to put on a shirt, huh? Well, then the worst part is I had my computer. I couldn't find it. I left it in the car last night because I did an interview when my wife got in a car accident. She had to get an MRI, so I was doing it in the lobby, and I left my car in the park, my laptop in the parking lot. So it was crazy, but we're here. It's all good.
Hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, she is. She's just, getting herself checked out. She's got some like tingly stuff in her like arms and legs. We're just trying to figure out where it is to try to get it resolved. But she's all right.
All right. Well, tell us about why you're actually on the show. You have a Kickstarter. Everybody's got a Kickstarter going right now. I should launch mine. But you have a Kickstarter called, and I'm gonna mess this up, Granite State Punk, right?
Yeah, Granite State Punk. Yeah, it's.
I keep on to call it Granite State Park. I don't know why.
Yeah. Punk is the big part of it, though, right? Okay. Like Eric Hawkins here, punk it's the thing. Yeah, Granite State Punk. It's my favorite thing I've ever done. It's the most personal to me. It's set in my hometown of Rochester, New Hampshire. It's like a love letter to the state that I grew up in. And I've been no secret to this to anybody. I come from a drug and alcohol family. So this is a story about a character named Zeke who lives in like the worst ghetto area of Rochester, New Hampshire, which is a place called Lafayette Street. I know any Hamilton fans are like, Lafayette, same street. In fact, I break the fourth wall, and that scene is in the comic. The Lafayette musical scene is in the comic. But it's got a lot of landmarks, and it's kind of both my parents have died, and it's about this guy who's very similar to me, has a drug and alcohol problem. I don't, but he does. Who goes on to who gets out of prison, lives in his family's old house because they're both dead, and kind of starting to relive some of the memories of his past and start unlocking that he's connected to witches and the Salem witch trials and how that connects to the Man in the Mountain, which is this big face in New Hampshire. It's on all the license plates and stuff. Here, let me even show you. Can you
this
see
is a
that?
real thing?
Yeah. Can you see the face?
Here.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It's a little hard to see. See, it's behind the straight.
We'll see a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that's everywhere. If you get a coin that has New Hampshire on it, it's it will have that face. Any of the like landmarks, like New Hampshire has all the liquor stores aren't run by mom and pops. It's done by the state. So it's all on all the liquor stores, on the highways. It's everywhere. So this face, which is a real face that was, on the mountain, fell off in 2003.
Oh,
and this is the story of, a fictional history of why that face was there, what happened in 2003 to break it down, and how it includes this character Zeke and how that all kind of connects together. But beyond that, this is like the most I've ever paid for a comic. Like you guys know, I've been doing this for a long time. Like My grandmother left me some money, and I was like, you know what? I want this since it's in Loveland, New Hampshire. I want to pay the guy who I want. Like you guys, we always make concessions in Indy, right? We're like, I want this guy, but this guy I can afford. So this is the guy I'm gonna get. And this guy's good. He's not that guy, but I got that guy one time for one issue.
Nice.
I love it. I love it. I know exactly how that is, man. It looks like Megatron to me. Like
the face, yeah.
The face looks like somebody trapped Megatron in the mountain, and that can be that looks kind of creepy to me, to be honest with you. But it's kind of cool.
Yeah, he is a little bit creepy, and it is Megatron, real Megatron, by the way, not stupid movie Megatron.
Right.
I don't understand how you can have a movie and have it not look like Megatron in any way, shape, or form. I'm still mad about it.
Terrible.
Blame Michael Bay.
Always blame Michael Bay.
We blame Michael Bay for everything around here, so that's cool.
I mean, I get that Michael Bay didn't want to turn him into a little gun and have Starscream shoot him. Like, I get that part, but beyond that.
Okay, how cool would that have actually been though in the movie? That would have been dope. I'm sorry.
There
would have been great.
There is a great series that's really expensive. So it's called Transformers Generation 2, and it's a crossover between G.I. Joe and Transformers. It's like a 6-issue miniseries. It's really hard to find. I sold mine years ago. But it's Megatron no longer wanting to be a gun, beats up Cobra and says, make me into something better. And he makes him into a tank. And it's amazing.
Okay. Oh man. Well, you were talking earlier about, trying to your punk. Why can't I talk? Granite State Punk was the most expensive book that you've put out, and how you had to make concessions in the past as far as working with other people.
Yeah.
How hard is that as a creator to just say, dang it, I really want to work with that guy, but I can't afford him right now? Like, how hard is that to deal with?
It's hard. It's absolutely hard. And it shows, right? Like, you've seen people who you're like, dude, your story's awesome, but the art just doesn't complement the story. And you see it in their Kickstarter right there. They make like a $1,000 Kickstarter where the concept is a $8,000, $10,000 thing, but you can't do that. So you kind of do the best you can, and that's why a lot of us work with foreign artists, right? Because we can pay a little bit less, but get a little bit better quality art. So it's really, really tough. And it was really good to not make concessions. And what I learned by not making concessions is a lot of stuff. These pages were done fast, right? They were done super fast, like 3 pages a week. Every time we had a disagreement where I'd look at a page, I was like, I don't like that. He would get on the phone with me, and then he would explain to me in detail why he was right and I was wrong. And every time he won, and I wanted to win so bad, but the artistic stuff is there. And I got to really get involved in the art process. This is a lot more intimate on the art side, like for instance, in this story, he has a tattoo on one side to the other side, and it's a heart on one side and a skull on the other with scissor lines across. So the motto of New Hampshire is live free or die. A punk mentality of that is, if you cut this way, you're death, or if you cut this way, you're living, but the only way to really live is die. It's a very punk rock kind of mentality, like crazy, thought process. But in the story, when things are good for him, we're always showing the heart. And when things are bad for him, we're always showing the skull. And it really added a whole bunch of cool elements and a little bit of details that I think that the brain subconsciously picks up, which I think is really cool. So I got to add a lot of intimacy, and it was a lot easier because we both English is our primary language, so we could speak together to get the proper what we wanted.
That does make it easier.
It does indeed. So I was looking through the Kickstarter page, and I noticed there's a huge monster with spikes. If I remember correctly, he's got spikes on his shoulders and like the head full of green skulls or something.
Yeah. That's a skull goblin.
Okay, tell me about that.
Yeah. So if you're gonna do a one shot, you're gonna do something cool. You need a monster. You need a monster of some sort. We're dealing with witches, so a skull golem is It's a kind of, it's used in D&D a lot and all sorts of stuff, but we kind of made our own. It's kind of a monster that the witch kind of summons to take out Zeke and his stuff, and it's kind of a cool monster, and he kind of trashes the place up, trashes his house. Loved him. He was fun to design. He was something to put together. He's really, really cool. If you scroll down a little bit too, you can even see the Patrick's version of him, because I show one page of it. But yeah, I wanted some cool monster in this book, and I wanted it to be a cool story. So if you've ever read my stuff before, this is like my 4-issue stories combined into 1 issue. Again, I came in some money, not a lot of money, right? So I can afford to do 1 book the way I want. So this is all about walls. The other thing I do in this is I break the 4th wall. So I talk to the audience a lot, which is really cool. We make commentary on Game of Thrones, we make commentary on Hamilton, like I mentioned. So there's a lot of cool stuff that I've done that I've never been able to do before, which makes it very unique. This is, and I know that, Danny, you're very, you talk about this a lot. It's listening to your fans and building from what your fans want, right? A lot of people who do comics, they want to get their vision out, but they don't want the fans to cooperate. So this is one of those ones where my fans gave me feedback from Broke Down. They gave me feedback from Voodoo Nations. I kind of took all that feedback. All right, cool. Let me make the best story, combining the best elements that you guys liked of those to one. And I know you do that every storyline, because I've heard you talk about it in your commentary, and you do stuff, kind of listening to what the fans have before you start. But you and I, we're all in indie comics. You guys have heard the guy, dude, I've written 48 issues of this story. All of it's done, ready to go, blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, then you didn't listen to a single thing that anybody said when you did issue 1.
Right. And that's important. I mean, I think it's very important to listen to your audience. So you got to know when, especially when you're trying to do it as a business. Like if it's just a hobby to you, and you can pour money into it and make exactly what you want to make with the way you want to make it. But sometimes we gotta make the fans happy. We got fans who love your stuff and they want to see certain stuff, and your story doesn't have to suffer because of that. You don't have to, alter your vision to make a fan happy. You just, us creators, we can find a way to merge both things. So I think that's very important.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree. And it's the best way to do these things is a collaborative message. The reason why Marvel and DC work is because they listen to their fans. I know you guys don't think they do based on the internet, but they really do. And that's why you get certain things, and why certain things don't. That's why you get Bruce Wayne back every time you kill him. That's why you get Spider-Man back every time you remove him.
Yeah.
And look at one of the things I like to point out is Savage Dragon, right? It's written by one person, but he's revamped that character several times to revert it back to the original to keep fans interested. And it's just a part of the flow of comics, whether or not we like to admit it or not.
Right. Absolutely.
Well, since we've already been on for a bit, we're going to have to concise things a little bit here, and we're going to do Danny's quick takes. Usually we try to go in a little bit more. But if you haven't actually seen Danny's quick takes before, it's what is it, like 45 seconds? 45 seconds.
45 seconds to come up with answers to 5 questions off the top of your head, Travis. I know you like being put on the spot.
No, wait. Because he's here, I get to do it, though. I get to do my thing.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it. Yeah.
All right. So hold on one second.
Terrible.
All right. So let's go ahead and do Danny's quick takes.
Quick takes. He was so sad that he wasn't going to be able to put that graphic.
You
don't understand how long those graphics take.
And look how fancy I look. He grabbed the fanciest picture he could find of me. He made me look good.
I Facebook stalk well, okay?
We got a new logo and everything. It's purple. So here we go. All right, we got 5 questions, and we are going to give you 45 seconds each, and here we go. All right. So question number 1. In 2013, you put up a post on Time Hop that said that 2013 was going to be the year of arts for you. You said you were going to learn how to play guitar, or you were going to write more, or do a theater production, or you would be dead because of what the Mayans said with the doomsday clock.
Right.
So since I know you're not dead, did you in fact learn guitar or
Wait,
do it?
are we sure he's not dead?
I hope not.
Okay.
I mean, based on my time showing up, probably. No, I did neither of those things in 2013. I did not learn how to play guitar. In fact, I didn't even effing try to do a theater production. I may have tried to do a theater production, maybe audition, but I did not make it. In fact, I was going to audition for Rent, practice for months, and then pussied out the last minute because I really wanted to be in Rent. It's so important to me. And I was like, this is as young as I'm going to get because you need to be young to be in that play. And I just chickened out and was afraid that I wasn't going to get the part.
Man, so you
Really?
didn't
I
even
know it's
audition?
not like me if you look at someone what I do now, but yeah.
Man, I cannot believe that, man. You got to go in for the audition. You got to go in for
Didn't
the
do
audition.
it. Didn't do it. I pussied out.
Man. Okay. All right. So question number 2. So in this situation, imagine that there are 2 paths to save the world. You got to travel one of these 2 paths to save the world, okay? You can either battle Cthulhu or you can have another neck surgery. Which one would you do?
Ooh, I would have another neck surgery. My neck surgery wasn't that bad. They put me under, they fixed it, and it was good. I probably shouldn't have had neck surgery in the first place. Like literally, here's the situation. The doctor goes, "Hey, I can fix you. You can go to a chiropractor. You're young enough. You'll probably get fixed. Or you can come in on Monday and I'll make that pain go away." I was like, I'm going to take the quick way out. I'm not going to take the long way out. I'm going to get my neck surgery. But as I've gone over it and it itches and it bugs me over the years, I probably should have done the, quick fix, not get the little screws in my neck.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get dental surgery for like a year and a half. That sucked.
Oh man, I had because of the metal, because of the metal.
You can't have major dental surgery. You can have little stuff, but not major.
Oh man, that sucks. Yeah, I physical therapy is. I have a chronic back pain, and the long, arduous physical therapy every day. Waking up, doing your stretches and stuff. It doesn't. It's not fun, but I refuse to have back surgery. Like I'm so scared of. I'm so scared of surgery that I just have to deal with it. So I feel you on that.
Well, I and not to scare you further. Do I have a second? I know you guys.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So my mom, the way she passed is she had the same thing. She had a back surgery.
Mm.
Dealt with it for 15 years. And my mom was an alcoholic. Then she got an AA. Her back, she had so many back problems. She finally decided to get the surgery. And they put her on painkillers, but she had been off of painkillers or anything because she's been clean. She had an ulcer burst in her chest, and it was seeping into her. And everyone said it was fine to her because she thought it was the painkillers, and that's how she died.
Oh,
so she didn't die from back surgery, but from the ulcers. So now I made sure that Danny never is going to get it. To give him another story.
Never going to happen, man. I'm sorry to hear about that.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it.
Never gonna get that back. They keep offering it to me. They're like, we could probably fix that. No, I'm thinking I'm good. All right. So question number 3. You, like I, am a Pokemon fan. Okay. I know my favorite Pokemon is Pikachu. But I want to hear your top 5 Pokemon of all time. The top 5 greatest Pokemon of all time. Off the top of your head, go.
All right. First, number 1 is Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur is the best Pokemon. I don't know what anybody else is talking about. Why'd you have another? Got to do Charizard. You got to do Pikachu. So those are the top 3. That's why they're the starters. They are the best. I really like Mewtwo. Maybe just because of where I grew up. You got to love Mewtwo. And then the kind of Blastoise is really good too. So those would be my 5.
I thought you were going to say Articuno. I've seen some Articuno pictures in your.
Yeah, I do like Articuno, but Blastoise got those big guns. And,
yeah. Blastoise. You can't go wrong with the Kyoto starters. Any version. I'm a Wartortle fan. I like Wartortle.
Right.
That's my favorite version of the Squirtles. Kyron hates Pokemon, so he's
gotta hate them all.
I don't know why you feel like I hate everything. Just every episode, Kyron hates that. Okay.
Well, I can see your face when we talk about Pokemon, and you're just like, whatever. So
yeah. As I sit here play Pokemon Go on my phone right now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I almost died playing Pokemon Go.
Me too, actually.
When it first came out, I was driving and trying to play at the same time. Don't do that, kids. Do not do that. Okay.
That was like my second date with my wife is Pokemon. I brought her out to a park and we're playing Pokemon, and like there's like 80 other people out there. Because remember that first week of Pokemon, like
Yeah.
it was redunculous.
It was crazy. It was
Cops
crazy.
are going, what the hell are we gonna do? There's no way we can watch all these people everywhere in all these parks.
The first movie my wife and I ever saw together, I took her to go see the Pokemon movie,
Nice.
the original one. We were the only one there that did not have kids.
Terrible.
It was like just parents with a bunch of little 6-7-year-olds, and then my wife and I, we were like 19, 20.
Pokemon has been a big part of my life since like early middle school. So
I used to skip class in college so I can make sure I got home so I could watch Pokemon. It was art class, and I figured I was a douchebag, and I was like, I don't need this class. I could do art.
So I'm a little older than Pokemon, but I went home one year from college, and I was staying for the summer, and my brother had it on his Game Boy. And I was like, oh, this is an RPG. No, I know RPGs. I like RPG. And I was making fun of it because of the cartoon and everything. But I played that all summer, and I was like, oh, no. I'm all in. I'm all in. Like, I don't like that TV show, but this game is fantastic.
Yeah. It's one of the, like, and the formula still works. My son has like all the Pokemon games on his Switch now. So the formula
Does he have
still
Arceus?
works. No, I haven't gotten him that yet, but I'm sure he'll have it soon. Okay. Question number 4. So I know you're a big fan of Magneto, right? I want you to write an imaginary story in 45 seconds describing how Magneto would beat Superman.
Ooh, all right. That is a tough one. All right, so Magneto would have to first he'd have to attract Superman, so he would mess with the North Pole with where is this Fortress of Solitude. So he would start by moving the magnetic forces to try to take down his area, and as that happens, as we know, the quantum zone would be in there, or what is it, quantum zone? His little prison, whatever that place is called. He'd break out all the villains. He would then unite them to go against Superman. While he's distracted, he'd take him out. Magneto is the ultimate tunimist, and he is the master of getting a brotherhood together. And getting a brotherhood to take out Superman would be super easy for him as long as he can get them all out of the Phantom Zone.
That was perfect. I would read that comic. I would read that comic, sir. If we could ever get Magneto and Superman in the same universe, I would read that.
Now watch, next year there's going to be a team up of Magneto and Superman from DC and Marvel. We'd be like, what the hell?
How did that happen? Magneto leading the Phantom Zone outcast against Superman.
If anybody knows how to deal with the downtrodden who don't feel that they belong, that's Magneto. That's his thing.
That's his thing, man. Absolutely, man. That was great. That was amazing. Okay. Last but not least, I want to hear. I've seen you post some kind of niche Christmas movies. I saw you were excited about. I think it was the Muppets Christmas movie.
Yeah.
So I want to know, what are your top 5 Christmas movies? Your top 5 favorites, not top 5 greatest, but your top 5 favorite Christmas movies.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna put all the Muppet movies together. There's 6, by the way. There's 6 Christmas movies. I watch them all year. That's number 1. Always gotta go Muppets Christmas. Muppets and Christmas are synonymous. The second one for me is The Ref by Dennis Leary, where Dennis Leary takes over a family, holds them hostage for money, and they celebrate Christmas dinner. It's fantastic. Third is Go, which is by Doug Liman, another drug-related movie where they're trying to get drugs on Christmas and they get into all sorts of crazy shenanigans. 2 is The Christmas Carol, the one with Jim Carrey. Really thought that was great.
Oh yeah. That was.
And number 5. Oh, I need number 5. Santa with Tim Allen.
Solid. That's a solid list right there. I actually had not seen The Ref since it came out in 1994, probably, but I remember it being a good movie. I'm gonna have to go back and find that somewhere.
I think it's the best real Dennis Leary, like his comedy. Like it kind of feels like his comedy. Dennis Leary gets thrown into stuff and he gets to do a rant, but like that one feels like you are the star. This is your comedy, and it's got Kevin Spacey. It's got like all the good actors. So
I'm gonna have to go back. I hope that's on Netflix because I will definitely be
watching. Man, Bad Santa would have been good too.
Bad Santa's a current classic. Absolutely. Right. So that's my quick takes, man. I appreciate you indulging us with your answers and letting me stalk you on social media to find some interesting facts about you, buddy. That was good.
All right, well, that was Danny's quick takes, brought to us this week by the Hamilton musical. Just because I really love the Hamilton musical, I think after this show, I'm going to go listen to it while I podcast edit this. So yeah.
Do you want me to give you my Lafayette scene from Granite State Punk so you can put it on there?
Sure.
As a graphic?
Hey. No,
it's good. It's good.
Whatever you want to send me, that's fine. I do need a graphic from you that we can use as a title card for the episode. So if you want to send me something, I'm fine with that.
We'll figure something out.
All right. Please put me on the Skull Golem. I need that in my life.
Okay. We'll just put your head and my head as one of the skulls then.
Right, yeah.
Okay. All right. I could do that. All right. Well, we have a couple more minutes. And because Danny and I have been on here for a while, and I think Danny's tired of me because I can see him looking around. I did want to ask you a couple things because I'm an annoying punk, but when is Cthulhu Invades Wonderland coming out?
So
that? And I'm only asking because I'm selfish and I'm a part of that. And, I like to toot my own horn and yeah.
Yeah. So Cthulhu Invades Wonderland was delayed. It was supposed to be in January, but we delayed it because of the paper shortage. Because if I started doing it now, I can't get it to you till like June, which means I can't do any other Kickstarters, right? Because I don't do it till I get fulfilled. So we postponed it till March, hoping that we can get everything resolved and everything. I know it says on the Kickstarter that I'm April, but you guys know, or anybody who follows me, I don't go to Kickstarter without my book being done. So like, that's not a problem. We're doing, of course, some lettering fixes, but beyond that, the book is done. So hopefully launching in March. So it'll be run, 30 days in March, and then we'll deliver in April, May.
Okay. All right. So you heard that first, just because, if you're fans of this, you want my work, of course. So pick that book up when it's available. It's amazing. I've seen some of the work already, and it's fantastic.
Well, you both were in Oz. Danny was in Oz. He did a small little thing.
We always tell people that we're now award-winning comic book creators because of that book.
That's true. That golden burrito. I mean, and if that's not a proud accomplishment, to get a golden burrito, I don't know what is.
Exactly. True.
All right. I have one last question. Only because this is something that you actually brought up before. We're just talking about when you're creating a comic, you have to work with others, things like that. And this is sort of a controversial one.
Sure.
But one of the projects that you worked on in the past is Dog Days.
Yeah.
We're not going to get into the details of what's going on with Dog Days and between you and him. But one of the things
there's actually good details right now.
Oh, okay.
I this week got the full lettered book. I read it and gave some feedback. So
nice.
I'm not trying to throw Marcel under the bus, but sometimes his printing and shipping is still delayed, but that's fine. But most people should get the digitals within a couple of weeks. I had a whole bunch of changes, so it's going to be delayed a little bit, but I read the whole book. It's done. It's lettered. Which I'm super proud of. But go ahead, ask your question.
Well, one of the things that always seems to cause conflicts is egos. And I think a little bit of ego got into the way of Dog Days too. Since you've now experienced this, how do you avoid these situations going forward for other projects?
Ooh, yeah. So it's really, really tough, right? And I don't think I can go into this without mentioning a little bit. So I want to share one little part of the whole thing, not drama. So there's a part of Dog Days where I really wanted it done. So my ego was like, here's money, Marcel. Will you take it? Or will you take this money so I can finish this project? I'm going to buy the whole thing from you. I'll finish it. I'll make sure it's done because I want my fans to have it. So that's my ego, right? My ego is I need to get this to my fans. Marcel, also fighting ego, says, no, I want to do it because you have thrown me under the bus because you've been so upset about this. So his ego needs the fix of it too, right? So instead of cooperating, we're both super egos and no one's getting forward, you know. So he's got to wait till he has the next financial thing to be able to fix it. I can fix it now, but then I would get the credit, and he doesn't want that because of the stuff. So, and I think that that's where comics become bad and toxic, right? When two people they want the same objective, and instead of like being reasonable, they blow up on each other, right? And get the stuff. And all those stem, and it never helps, right? It never helps get the project done faster. All it does is build tension. It makes it so you cannot go to the next level. So what I've done is really just kind of maintain my contracts a little better. You know, when I deal with people, try to make sure that people know what's going on. I tend to not partner on bigger projects. Like I'd probably never partner on a trade paperback that wasn't a actual in diamond publisher, because I've lost that faith. You know, and I'll do a one shot and stuff. Like I'm doing a one shot with Fisk. I'm going to do a hot shot issue. So I'm going to do that. And I trust that that'll get done and everything. But yeah, it's been really tough in that situation. Again, it's all ego, even from day one. That book, Dog Days, was started out by somebody else, and he gave it to me. And instead of seeing the red flag there, I just saw, I want another comic book out, and I get a 5-issue miniseries, right? I didn't think of, hey, somebody else had a problem here. Maybe you should think about that and why you shouldn't do this project, you know, because I rewrote it. I changed all the characters' names and the whole thing. It's getting those things and making sure your partners are a little bit more organic, and make sure the goal is and find people. There's two types of people who do comics. One they just want to make money, and they think this artist makes money, and they don't care about the art as much. And there's people who care about the art more than the money, right? And I tend to go with the other thing. I don't think either are wrong. Please don't get me wrong. But people who care about the art more than the money, they will keep making comics even if they don't make a dime, because they just want to tell their art and their story in the world. And that's the camp that I belong into. So kind of stick with that camp, and you tend to have better results, because everyone wants to just get their stuff out.
For sure. You skipped over something there that I want to go back to just for clarity's sake.
Sure.
You said that you're writing Hot Shot. Is that right?
Yeah.
Say what?
Freestyle Comics Hot Shot.
Yep. I'm writing one
I thought
issue.
it was a different hot shot he was talking about.
No, I'm going to be writing one issue. Yep.
Huh. See, now.
Team spoiler.
Hey, I love it.
I'm going to leave this here and be like, Mr. Watson, I need to talk to you.
I just like having the information. That's all. I just like having the information.
Yeah.
That's great. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, what happened was he's done so many good things with what he does in his live streams and stuff like that. I was like, hey, man, can I give you an issue? Like, I have an idea superhero issue. I pitched it to him. He had a little run in his schedule. So it's just going to be part of his series. I think it's like issue 17, 16, 17. And it's just going to be a one shot. I think he's got somebody else doing another one, too. It's like 2 1-shots before the next art starts. And yeah, I just kind of give it to him. I want to write superheroes, but the superhero ideas that I have are so like, they're really complicated. Like I can tell you off the air, like a really good one I have. I just can't wrap around how to make it perfect, right? Because all the real comics I want to write, Marvel and DC, right? I want to write Spider-Man. I want to write Magneto. I want to write X-Men. I want to write them. I don't want to make my own. That's why I love you guys who are like, oh, we're going to make our own. And like, what? You can do that? That's cool. I pitched to Kyron several times. I was like, that male Zob, you don't have a lot of stories about him. Just write 1 or 2, just a quick one, just, 4 page, 6 pages. And he's always like, no, I'm doing Star Brand or this and that. I'm like, no, but song.
I've had the same conversation, Trav. I feel your frustration. So,
right?
When did this turn into? Never mind. You know what? Never mind.
What did it turn into?
Just always dump on Kyron Day. What happened? When did...
We just talked about how great you were and how good your character was. You're just taking
it. All right. Well, I think this has been a fun episode. We got to talk about a lot of things. Is there anything that we maybe forgot to mention with you that you want to bring up real quick, or?
No, I apologize for being late because I would love to hang out with you guys longer. You guys are 2 of my favorite people in the comics industry. No, Granite State Punk, like I don't want to give all my socials or any of that. Like literally just look at Granite State Punk. I'm so proud of it. Like it really means some more. And you guys have seen it too. Like I've been pushing this way more than I normally do a book because it means so much to me. And I want as many people. One of the things I will tell you as a spoiler, because we are with the king of spoilers here, there is a reason with every one of my Kickstarters that I have a retail package, and I do really well with retail packages. I'm actually one of the best on Kickstarter to do that. I get about 10 to 12 retails every time. There is no retail package in this, and there is a reason why that is. I'm not going to tell you, but I think you guys are smart enough to figure it out. So you want to get this book, and you want to get it now.
Got diamonds on my necklace. That's nice. That's nice. I'm gonna talk to you offline about that. But congratulations, man. Like I said, actually, and there's something going on with the algorithms because I did not see this until we got you onto the show, and I made sure I went in and pledged. I went in and pledged today. So everybody out there that's watching, make sure you go check it out. It's a beautiful looking book. The art is great. I love hearing the history, how it's a personal story to you, and I can't wait to get it, man. It looks great.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Now I know you said you don't want to do your socials, but we have to know where can we find your other work.
GraniteStatePunk.com. They're on the add-ons. How you like that?
All right. I love that.
No, really, I really just want people to know me for this work. Like, if I die tomorrow, please give them this book. It's really so important. It's so vulnerable to me. It so speaks to my anxiety of who I am. I don't have an alcohol problem. I'm not a witch. But beyond that, it's really, really intimate. And it's not that I don't love Broke Down, and all the 4 issues that I did. Cthulhu Invades Oz is amazing. But I really want people to just look at this book, check it out. If you like it, buy it. If you don't, that's okay too. But this is literally the thing that I am most proud of, that I want to show the world. And I think both of you guys get that, right?
Yeah.
I know how passionate you guys about your projects.
Cool.
Eric says you can't die until fulfillment is done.
Oh, my wife would make sure it's done. This isn't the last comic. I keep doing these things at the end of it. I'm not quitting comics. I'm really proud of this one. I got tons of stuff coming out. I've got a whole slate of stuff for this year.
We love it. All right, so if you want to find me, at the H-Blade on social medias, that's TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, all of that good stuff, and our website www.fourthwallpros.com. Where can people find you, Kyron?
You can find me at tauruscomics.com, at Taurus Comics on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook.com/TaurusComics. And if this is the first time ever, I thought you were about to show. Oh, right there. If this is the first time you've ever heard our podcast, please go back and listen to our other episodes. You can go to fourtailspodcast.com. There are links there to our YouTube page, our podcast, which is on Apple iTunes. Ooh, I was about to say the S word, but we don't talk about that anymore.
We don't talk about fire.
Yeah, exactly. But a host of other podcasts. Feel free to listen to those old episodes. But our next episode, we are going to have Marvel artists and artists of the Hindi. Yeah. Okay, let's restart this. Next episode, we are going to have Marvel artists and artists of the hit indie series Midnight Tiger, Ray Anthony Height, on the show. So please join us then. But until then, sayonara, goodbye, and please take care of yourselves.
Music provided by my brother, Quix Made It. Find him online in YouTube, Instagram, and SoundCloud.
I want to know what it is Quick is trying to say.